Hello, I am Immigration Attorney Sam Kalantar. I'll be speaking with you guys um, hopefully on a daily basis where I can actually share with you some of my information, some of the advice I can give you for your immigration problems and issues. I hope that this information could be very helpful for you, and should you find it difficult to understand anything that we discuss here, feel free to write a comment on our blog, and we'll make sure we respond back to you and try to help you as quickly as we can. The first topic of our conversation is going to be the time frame that it takes for the citizenship applications to get approved. And if you are out there and you're waiting for your citizenship application to get approved and you still haven't heard anything yet, hopefully this information will help you out to clarify some of the issues. One of the things that you must consider is first where you are in the process. We're going to start from the beginning of the process where you actually file the citizenship application. Once you file it, you should receive a receipt letter from the immigration office that would have, of course, your case number and the fact that they have received your payment. You would have a payment receipt in that letter. And so that would be your indication that, in fact, the immigration office has received your application. So that would be the first step of the process. If you haven't received that yet, and it's been longer than I would say about 6 weeks, I think it would probably be a good idea for you to check with the immigration office either by calling them on their national customer service line or getting an info pass and going in person and trying to ask them if they've received your citizenship application. A couple of helpful hints here. You should always send your application, any kind of application you're sending to the U.S. Immigration Office, with a tracking number. You want to make sure it has a tracking number so you can figure out if they in fact got your package or not. The second thing is that they give you an option to pay whether with a money order, cashier's check, or personal check. It would be best if you can go and pay with your personal check because one way to figure out if immigration has received your application or not is by seeing if the check you have written to them, if it has been cashed from your account. And if it's cleared your account, then you know that the chances are that the immigration has received your application. You can look at the canceled check that has been cleared your account. You can look at the back of it, and usually there is a application number on the back of your check. So that's one other way of getting your case number. At any rate, this would be the first step of the process. If, in case you haven't got any letter, this is what you can do by going to the immigration office or giving them a call to see whether if they have received your application or not. And if you have a tracking number, I would take a printout of what the U.S. Postal Office shows you, or your FedEx or your UPS shows you, and just go ahead and take that with you to show to them. If in fact you got in a receipt letter, but you haven't got your biometrics yet, your fingerprint appointment, then you can also go to the immigration office and basically ask them whether they have any information or a date for your fingerprint appointment, and whether if there are any missing information or there was any problems with the documents you've submitted originally. The typical answer in that case would be no, there's no issue or problem. And sometimes they do have the date set in their computer system and they can just tell you what that date is. But that's half the battle. The other half is to make sure that in fact they've issued you a biometrics appointment letter, because without that letter, it would be pointless for you to go to your fingerprint appointment. You need to have that letter with you. So if there is a date set for you, you also want to make sure that they have issued a letter and it's on its way to get to you. That would be the second stage of the process of getting your citizenship application moving forward. If in fact you have gotten your fingerprint appointment, but you haven't got an appointment for your interview yet, I would probably do the same thing as you did for your fingerprint appointment. Um, the time frame here from the beginning of your case where you actually get your receipt notice to the time that you're supposed to get your fingerprint shouldn't be longer than, I would say, about 2.5 months to 3 months at the most. So if you don't have anything by then, you might want to go in and check with the immigration office, your local immigration office. And yeah, from the time of you doing your fingerprinting to the time you actually have to do your interview, again, shouldn't take longer than 3 months. So if it has been longer than that, then I encourage you to go to your local office and pose some of those questions to the immigration officer, and they'll help you out. A couple of helpful points here every time you visit the immigration office. Uh, you always want to be nice to them. There's no point of being mean or agitating them. You always want to make sure you get a name. And if your appointment is not set, whether if it's fingerprint appointment or your interview appointment, you do want to ask them how much longer you should wait. The reason why you want to do that is because that actually commits the immigration officer to a time frame which you can use later on when you go for a visit to the immigration office. It doesn't mean that you can actually take him to court of law and say, you've told us it's going to take this much time and it hasn't, so um, legally you cannot commit to them, but at least on a casual level, you can at least commit the individual to some time frame. So when you do go back and you haven't got any results yet, and you do go back, that individual immigration officer would be able to get maybe personally involved and help you a little bit more than they had before. So this is as far as the first three stages of the process is concerned for the interview. The couple of more things you want to ask if you haven't gotten your interview appointment yet is to make sure that the problem, if there is a problem, whether if it's with your background check or whether if it's with the documents you submitted or the information you submitted, and distinguish between the two. If there is, of course, problems with the documents or the information, you can address it by asking them what those problems are and see if you can provide the information. If it's with the background check, unfortunately, there's not much you can do other than wait and see what happens. But the story changes if, in fact, you did have your interview appointment and now you've been waiting. By law, the USCIS office has 120 days to adjudicate your application. So if it has been longer than 120 days, then you have a legal right to go to the immigration office and request a resolution to your case. Now, sometimes that works if you have gone there and they go ahead and try to resolve the matter for you. Sometimes it doesn't, and you have to resort to basically filing a lawsuit. In that case, you want to get in touch with an immigration officer and go ahead and file a lawsuit. And we'll have a separate section about that, and we'll talk about what kind of effect that has on your case. Anyway, I hope that this has been helpful so far, and if you have any questions or anything else, feel free to give us a call. Again, I am Sam Kalantar. I'm an immigration attorney with Kalantar Law Firm, PC. Feel free to either write a blog, a comment on our blog, or send us an email if you have any questions, or give us a call. 1-888-400-5006, or if you're calling international, you can dial 949-502-6646. Till next time, good luck, and we'll meet again later.